We did it. We are selling ammo. NazoAmmo.com. We teamed up. Keystone Munitions, quality, premium product. We're selling it online. What do? You go to NazoAmmo.com. First thing that pops up, what's this? It's an email list. What's the email list do? It's going to give you access to promo codes. It's going to give you access to events, T-shirts, apparel, everything we're doing. Get on that email list. You want 45? 45's not on the website, but then it's coming in. You're ahead of the curve. You're ahead of the guy who's just finding out about it. You're a part of the family. Very fast and furious how we do everything around here. Nazo Ammo. We are moving Keystone Munitions. Premium products. We're doing it. You want to pick up? You don't want to have it sent? You're Carl. You live down the road? Pick up Nazo at the promo code at the end. Now you're picking up ammo here. We're doing it, man. We are doing it. Nazo Ammo. www.nazoammo.com. Small town, big ammo.
Cruise Combat is a proud sponsor of the Combat Jiu-Jitsu 2020 Lightweight World Championships. Our custom high-end performance apparel is worn by combat athletes around the world. With performance pieces designed to last a lifetime, our graphics never fade, crack, or peel. Cruise Combat apparel isn't just made for the mat. Our lifestyle line features dozens of unique designs printed on the softest, most durable fabric out there. And we do custom designs, any quantity, big or small. Order your Cruise Combat gear today.
Zach Meslani now making his way to the stage. Meslani in the black and white. Expect fireworks, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. It's Zach from 10th Planet Bethlehem.
10th Planet Bethlehem.
Veritable dream team of killers.
Him and JM
yes,
holding down the fort at 10th Planet Bethlehem.
Great technique. He's
a beast. He's a savage.
Excellent coaches, I have to say. Great guys, JM and Zach.
That's a beautiful.
Great guys, JM and Zach.
Veritable dream team of killers.
He's a beast. He's a savage.
It's Zach from 10th Planet Bethlehem.
10th Planet Bethlehem. It's 10th Planet Bethlehem. It's a beautiful.
Great technique.
It's 10th Planet Bethlehem.
Welcome to the Zach's Cookie Corner podcast. Big Uncle Zach Maslany down here at the Never Again Studios. I got a coffee. I'm actually working on dropping the brackets for the finisher sub only. Our second ever absolute, which is going down this Saturday. But just want to say shout out to everybody. Appreciate you guys listening in. And I'm going to take a sip of my coffee right now. My car is actually being worked on. So Mike gracefully picked me up and we hit sheets. I stole some creamers and we're ready to rock. But I hope everybody out there is doing well. I am doing great myself. Things have been going good and just been really thankful and really been enjoying life as of late, man. We've been making moves out here and, I'm constantly, deflecting weird attempts by people to, steal my time from me. But I'm not going to let it happen, and I feel like, I'm by no means famous or whatever, but, I do interact with a lot of people on a daily basis and a lot of people want to interact with me, and that's cool. And I appreciate that. And I think it's just a vibe, if you will, that I'm giving off that people want to, they want to talk with me. They want to hit me up. And, I'm one of the owners of Finishers. So, people are always trying to get at me, but, and that's really cool. And I'm glad that people are drawn to me and drawn to the positivity. That's really dope. But, there are, a lot of people that are just trying to suck your time, for whatever, selfish reasons or whatever. So you got to make sure you have a healthy balance of dealing with the, the people and the general public and then also just dealing with your family and being able to, take time off. Some people get upset when I don't message them back. Or, they think I should have something done sooner than we're getting it done. And it's just like, it's sometimes it like kind of hits you. It's like, whoa, but I got to remember to just deflect that and, just, return that type of energy, not like maybe not return that type of energy, but just maybe kind of just, let it go. Maybe it's something they're going through or whatever. They're just like, most of the time it's just people are really fired up. They're really excited about what's going on. So they just want to get things moving. But, I think what I want to tell people is, for today's, maybe not just a business tip, because I usually do a business tip, but it's kind of like the tip of the week, and I need to learn this too. And that the word I'm thinking of is patience, right? You can hear that P for patience in your ear hole, but it's just like my last MMA fight second to last MMA fight that I did. I came out to that song, Damian Jr. Gong Marley, and Nas, and the song is Patience, and that's really for me what it was all about, and it's really cool. For that fight, like my strategy was like, okay, he's going to be real strong in the beginning. He's going to be trying to kick my ass. He's going to be trying to, fuck me up, if you will, and I'm just going to have to like hang in there and just hold him, and that's kind of my style, or kind of the style you have to have if you're going to get taken down, or you're going to play off your back in an MMA fight. And I just kept my cool and just stayed patient, and until I got my opening, and then you got to jump and take it too. That's the thing. You kind of got to wait for your lane to open up, and then you got to hit the seam in stride and be ready to take it. Some people aren't ready to take it. That's the other thing. But yeah, man, it's just dude, I don't even know, man. Like it's just been crazy, the whole thing, going to all these different tournaments and just the school and just everything that's going on. It's just been nuts, man. I've been having such a good time doing it, but I'm also trying to stay grounded at the same time and not like, get too big for our britches, and also, what I was just talking about, be patient, not just try to, you want to push the pace and you want to go, but you also can't push the pace erratically and wind up in a triangle or wind yourself up in a submission, but you have to be able to push the pace intelligently, but also, like I said, wait for your opening, you got to be like a sponge in a game, just soaking up. So like, a lot of you guys out there that are like really wanting to, break into MMA, break into jiu-jitsu, break into, some type of, industry. A lot of times, what I notice about like WWF wrestlers, a lot of the guys, they don't make it till they get older. A lot of comedians, I've listened to, Joe Rogan and Joey Diaz talk for 1,000,000 hours about comedy and how they've been doing it for years. And it's like that thing that they say where it's like you're an overnight success, someone that came out of nowhere. Where did this guy come from? But yet, little do you know, he's been working in the trap for like 16 years. Oh man, those guys are so good. He's been training since the dawn of time, and it is partially, sometimes you got to just wait your turn and then just be ready when your turn comes around. That's really it. So, when I was a kid, man, there was like, there was one slot for everybody to compete. And when I was, fighting for Tiger Schulman's and stuff, there was like one slot to compete. And whoever was at that weight is who competed. Now, you could do random tournaments and stuff like that. But if you wanted to be the guy, the fighter, you had to be the man at that weight. And, in training and in sparring, you had to beat everyone else's ass. That's the only way that you could take that spot. Tiger used to make us basically compete against each other for that spot, me, shout out to Mike Murray. He was a guy that was, always competing with me. Shout out to Shannon Maseo, kickboxing world champion, Muay Thai champion, was like, I was one of his sparring partners back in the day. And, he got hurt. I took one of his fights and, that's how I really broke into the game. But I wasn't ever going to get that fight. I mean, I wasn't going to be able to break into MMA for a long time. I would have been waiting my turn. And then just so happened that I had been training with my head down and just being ready at all times, and just keeping my swords sharpened, if you will. And when my turn came, I just did it. I just went for it. So sometimes, some people got to wait longer than others, and those are the breaks. So what I'm saying is just be patient, and your time will come. Speaking of being patient, I know my buddy, and our MMA coach at Finishers MMA, Zach Makovsky, was just really pointed out in, if you guys didn't see Grace's match from the weekend, you're playing yourself, because Grace competed at Who's Number One. It was a stacked Who's Number One jiu-jitsu card. It's like they're really doing, shout out to Michael Sears and all the guys at Flow Grappling. They're just really putting on really good shows, and they're really, putting up the new generation of guys, and teens and kids and adults. They had Gilbert Burns versus Rafael Lavache, and that was a sick match. And, Gilbert Burns is fighting for UFC titles. I mean, they're putting money out there, and, they're paying people to compete, which is fucking awesome. So I really like seeing that. So I really appreciate Mike Sears and and Ricardo Amendolia, and Huel Teague and all the guys down there, and Corey Stockton's the man, like really, always doing stories on Grace and asking me and putting me on Flow interviews and stuff like that. So we really appreciate that, because there was a time when we never got a look from any, not those guys specifically, but just from Flow Grappling and just from the mainstream in general. We never really got looks, and it was always like anytime there was an article, it was like kind of taking a stab at us. We're just saying this or that, or well, they didn't beat these guys, or messing up your name or whatever, or like mention someone else who's doesn't hold a candle to us or whatever, and just trying to mention them instead of just letting us have our shine. So we felt that for a long time, but now it's completely opposite. I mean, these guys are doing really good by us, and showing us a good time and telling us about things and giving us more opportunities and offers and stuff like that. So those guys, Eddie Bravo, obviously my coach, my sensei, who's been putting on for the game since, been putting on, always giving back, putting up his own money. Combat Jiu-Jitsu, EBI started the whole shit, pumped up the sub-only game. And and us out here, me, JM, Thor, and the whole squad, Gabe, and everybody here at Finishers, that's been, and then shout out to the guys from, all the different 10 planets, Long Island, New York, the whole squads, Newton, and everybody who always puts guys in our, Miami now, Allentown, all the local teams, even, the Henzo Donaher guys like Frankie and all those guys always competing at the tournament and pumping it up as much as possible. So we really appreciate those guys. And I mean, dude, look at all the situations we got ourselves in because of the Finishers tournament and because of just giving back to the game, and being patient. And then now, the time has come where people have to, respect the work that you put in, which is cool, and I appreciate that. And I'm just being, like I said, trying to be thankful and grounded about it. Freaking Grace, man. How about Grace, right? Let me sip my coffee and just think about that rear triangle that Grace got that girl in. Wow. That was crazy, right? The guys, everybody was super impressed. I'm super impressed. Like, it was like, coaching Grace is like coaching like a real life video game. Like, we're just able to call out moves and she just does them like live. She just pulls the trigger, where most people just miss that opportunity, or they miss that like window of opportunity to hit that rolling Kimura or hit that pass or whatever, and you could just call it out and Grace will just do it. So it was really cool. Being able to be in her corner and coach her and stuff for all these years. Me and JM been working with her, for such a long time. And, just so many hours of like JM and me doing private lessons with her back in the day, JM doing private lessons with her back at Tiger Showman's, like working with our old Sensei V, still running shop over at Tiger. Up until now, like traveling with her all over the country, like rolling with her, like all the work that the guys put in with her at the school. Shout out to all of our sponsors, Craig, Made Strength Conditioning, just working with Grace and always, really keeping his eye on her, making sure she's healthy and strong. And Grace is a freaking beast, dude. But shout out also to Alex Nguyen. She's a beast in her own right, a black belt from Maryland, Pan Am champ. She wasn't really, I heard someone say she was taking it to Grace. I don't know if she was really taking it to Grace. I mean, she was sweet. There were a couple of return sweeps and stuff like that. Grace, she said it herself, and like this whole story was about Zach saying in her interview that she did at like 1:30 in the morning or midnight the night that she got in. I forget what time it was, and she went right and did an interview off the plane. And Grace ain't big on interviews, but she did one. She does it for Flow, and it's a big production. It's really cool. And she was like, yeah, I think my number one, one of my number one things is my patience. She's like, I'm patient, and I just, and that's what it is. She was just waiting on it, and ended up getting a finish with 18 seconds left. And there's so much to talk about that match. Like, I should have to, we should bust the green screen out, and I'll do another Quentin breakdown on that match. I know people have been asking me, like, yo, break down the Grace match, whatever. I should do it just because, it's what we, it's a lot of things that we work, just going back and forth. Like, actually, I should hit those guys up and see if they'll let me do a breakdown. Probably not, but I would love to, because there's so much stuff that is in the 10 Planet warm-up, stuff that we've been working on, just stuff for it's just crazy. Just go back and watch that match. Like, I should, I'll probably record it myself and put it on the group or something like that. But man, what a great experience. Like, I got to see the spot where, I got to see the location where Gordon Ryan slapped Andre Galvao. That was really cool. Got to see all those dudes down there, Donaher walking around, Eddie Bravo, was down there. Just a ton of guys. Got to, meet, I already met him, but I got to like really, hang for a few minutes with the Rotolo brothers. They taught us a move. That was cool. Just Austin itself is kind of a weird place. I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of homeless out there. And I saw a couple bumper stickers that said, don't California up my Austin, Texas. So, which is kind of already getting pretty bad. So we were walking on this one street late at night. And it was insane. There was a kid. He had no shoes or socks on. And you could tell he had mesh shorts on, but no underwear. You could just tell he wasn't wearing underwear. And he had no shirt on and no hat or anything like that. And he was soaking wet. And he was just banging on like the windows of like a shop. And so I don't know what he was saying. There was another guy just sitting on a bench going like, you sold your soul to the devil. You did, and you did, and you did. And all these people coming by. And I was like, all right, keep walking. Head on swivel. Because you don't know what the hell's going to happen. People are freaking losing it out there. And so Austin kind of reminded me a lot of like Venice Beach area, certain areas of it. So I know there's a lot of areas in Texas that are not like that, but I don't know. Austin's getting weird. And I know it says keep Austin weird, but it might be too weird for me, guys. I do like the fact that it is open, that you can go around there. I like how, someone told me that in California, they won't even have the Starbucks open at the hotel. The Marriott doesn't have a Starbucks open because they're too afraid of coronavirus. But yet in Texas, the Marriott's wide open. You don't have to wear a mask. You just go in there. There's 100 people at the bar drinking, hanging out. You would think that people, like if that was the case, because I've been to all these places, you would think that there'd be bodies lined up. Like you'd have to the plane would be like, well, we're going to have to do a few more circles of the plane because there's too many bodies. You know what I mean? There's no one's wearing a mask down here. There must be bodies everywhere. Well, it's not happening. So you tell me. I don't know. I'm not making any inferences. I want you to do the research on your own. That's what I'm doing. I'm just out there living life and doing the research and seeing what happens. And I think it's fine. So, what else is going on? The school is freaking doing great. So the guys are doing a great job. Everybody's teaching class, MMA classes. Yeah, man, it's pretty dope. We got the finishers tournament. Like I said, I was working on the brackets right before I started this. So finishers tournament, absolute, our second absolute. The first one was won by Dan Martinez. Black belt from Miami, maybe not Miami, but down in Florida. So if you look up Dan Martinez, combat jiu-jitsu champion, like finishers absolute champ, like he's gone to do big things in jiu-jitsu. So that's what we want to do. And so we got a lot of new guys, not new guys, but they've been training for a long time, but a lot of newcomers to the finishers tournament. So I love how there's a lot of guys always try to jump in late. And I appreciate that, but once it gets filled up, you should have told me weeks ago, and then you'd be in it. So just for future reference, holla at your boy, because a lot of people hit me up like, "Damn, that guy's good. I should get him in." But there's only 16 guys, so and some people have been waiting to get matches forever, and I'm finally able to get them a match. So that's pretty cool. So and the finishers tournament is people who's number one is about who's number one. On rankings and all that stuff. The finishers tournament's not about that. We're about making the next guy, but, we're going to put on some people that, I feel like deserve it and also feel like are exciting and go for submissions, and who the hell knows what's going to happen. That's the beauty of the finisher. So I'm really excited about that. Doors open at 4. Today's Thursday, right? Yeah. That was coming up this Saturday. So, and then after that, we have a John Jock seminar coming up. And then after that, we're probably going to do another finishers tournament, just a bunch of super fights to keep it going and to keep getting people matches. So, and that's what it's all about. I want to keep people working. I told you I would lead our people back to work, and we did single-handedly. So, hopefully Sam with Emerald City gets another one going. I see BJJ Fanatics is having some type of tournament. There was that team tournament that was up near us, so I know Fuji's coming back around here too. So I'm glad things are opening up and responsible individuals are getting their vaccines, and they can go out there. I don't know. You know how many people have asked me about whether I got my vaccine? Hey, man, are you getting the vaccine? Like all in a stern voice. Hey, man, are you a scientist? Why don't you just mind your own business? I've never had so many people come up and just blatantly ask me personal questions, which is pretty ironic, actually, because, I feel like I sometimes am brash and I'll just talk to people however, but most people just come up, oh, it's no problem whatsoever. Just ask him whatever. It doesn't matter. It's like, hey, man, how much money are you making? Hey, is this place making any money yet? You know what I mean? I wonder if this place, come in, wow, this place is really cool. I see you got some arcade games. Are you guys making any money here or what? How much, how much you guys make off apparel? That's crazy. Hey, shut the fuck up, man. Just kidding, guys. But seriously, stop asking me questions like that, you know?
Sure you can afford arcade games?
Yeah, exactly. Hey, man, why don't, if anybody wants to come over to my house, too, and see how I'm actually living, I'm usually taking a shit around 7:45 a.m., so if you guys come through at that time, you get to see it. You know what I mean? A rare look at the werewolf. You know what I mean? Come through. I'll shapeshift into your fucking face. I'm just kidding. I don't know what I'm talking about. But seriously, though, a lot of people do that. I was with a guy one time. JM will crack up at this. I was with a guy one time. We were standing outside. It was like outside of a tent plant, and we were smoking a joint or whatever. And the guy's like, looks at the other dude who owns it, and he goes, hey, man, how much money do you make off apparel? And he just looked at him, and JM had to check him. He goes, hey, shut the hell up, man. He goes, you don't ask him questions like that, you dumbass. It's the same thing. Like, yo, how much... What are you getting mats for? Like, personally. Like, people have asked me that, too. It's like, dude, bro, you don't have how hard I've had to work to get some of these relationships I have? You know what I mean? Where I'm getting possibly a discount or whatever. Like, you do it then. Like, why do you want me to just, I do want to, like, sell my whole... One day I'm going to totally sell out and just sell my whole fucking everything. Like, the Zach Maslany... DVD box set where I tell you how to like wipe your ass. I tell you how to, find a tax guy. I tell you the difference between a Phillips screwdriver and a, flathead. I just,
don't know that.
Yeah, I have to go through that. I have to teach you like righty tighty, lefty. I'm going to go through everything. I'm going to teach you. I'm going to go through all the steps. You know what I mean? All the steps, like, how to figure out what t-shirt size you are. That's a classic one too. Hey man, what size t-shirt should I buy? I don't fucking know, dude. What size shirt are you, man? My thing is like, there's a time to ask questions. I try to ask as little questions as possible. Like, for instance, I deal with, Eddie Bravo. Like, he's, a friend of mine. He's my coach. He's a good guy. I try to ask him the least amount of things possible. Like, if I have a dumb question where I'm just like, if it's like a technical move question, like I am dealing with, him and Grace and, Thor and JM, like we're all working together and stuff. Like, so sometimes I'm like thinking like, oh, what about this move? Maybe I'll, check in on with the master about that. But, a lot of times, like, I'm not like, hey, Eddie, like, how do I sell t-shirts? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to like, hey, Eddie, what type of mats do you guys have and how much do they cost? Like, dude, figure that shit out for yourself, man. Like, you could throw a bolo out there, like on Facebook, like, hey, who sells mats and, what are people paying for them? That's cool, but like, I'm not going to be like, hey, man, can you just gift me everything? That costs money, guys. And, why it costs money is because of the simple fact, Pink Floyd did a song about it, time. That's why, right? Because there's only so much time in the day, and some of that time has to be allotted to doing actual work. Some of it, if it's like you're selling something, you're working towards an end goal of making money, that's cool. Not everything has to be that, because I do a lot of things for charity, a lot of things to help people out. But eventually, to the point is you can only do so much, and you can't really, you can't run people's whole businesses or run people's whole lives. Like, you have to be able to figure things out for yourself. Like, if you're coming to jiu-jitsu school, for instance, and everyone's wearing a rash guard and you're still wearing a t-shirt and you've been training for like 2 months, you need to figure out, take a couple hints, take some clues, maybe ask the manager guy or ask one of the other students you're training with on a regular basis, where do you get these things that you're wearing on your body that's tight? Oh, I get them here. Cool. Boom. Go there. Got it. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, Brian will tell me like, oh man, this protein powder is good, right? Now, I find the name of it, I take a picture with my phone, and then I go and order it. I don't need to ask Brian how he paid for it or where he's storing it or any of those questions yet. Let me get the product first. Then when it's in my hand and it's mixed in the cup, I will say, Brian, look, check it out. I got it. You know what I mean? Actions speak louder than words. Sometimes you just got to make a move, and you just got to do it for yourself. So, not only am I telling you to be patient, but I'm also telling you sometimes just do it, man. Just do it for yourself. Think for yourself, and you'll save yourself a lot of time. Sometimes I know people are just bored. They're just sitting at work, and they're just like, fuck it, I'll ask Zach a question about, Ken Shamrock and whether he heel hooked or he told it, what his fight was like back in the day against Tank Abbott or something like that. You'll ask me some ridiculous question. But that's cool. I want my students who I deal with on a daily basis to ask me questions. A lot of times it's newer people ask me questions, which is cool too, because you're kind of just trying to get a feel for the lay of the land and you want to talk to an instructor. That's cool too. But a lot of times, my brown belts and shit like that, they don't ask me questions because they think they fucking know everything. And I'd rather have those guys being like, okay, let me see what Uncle Zach thinks about this too. So, and maybe sometimes those guys just feel like I don't want to bother Zach because I know he's busy and blah, blah, blah. But no, brown belts and purple belts on the come up. I want you to ask me questions. My black belts, they don't say shit to me. They're just like, yeah, fucking, you know how it is. No, talk to me. I want to be talking to you guys. It's like when you go to the grocery store and you always run into someone who you don't want to see and you're like, fuck, not that guy. I got to go the other way. You know what I mean? But usually I want to run into people. There's certain kind of people. Like if I go to the grocery store and I run into Ross, it's like, touchdown, Ross is here. You know what I mean? I'm at the grocery store. This will waste 15 minutes bullshitting with Ross. You know what I mean? I want to do that. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to go in the grocery store. Oh shit, there's fucking this guy who doesn't train and he wants to talk to me about training for an hour and I know he's never going to train. Shit. I'll dive into the fucking salami section, just, oh shit. I just Granby roll in the salami section and hit him with some Gouda, dude. Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm not only wearing a mask, but I'm also I put headphones in too. Even if I'm not listening to anything, I just have them in so people don't bother me, So just excuse me, sir. Or oh no, I know that guy. But you'd be surprised. People will still talk to me. People will follow me in my office when I'm changing and my ass is out and shit. I'm like, dude, you know what I mean? I get it. I love everybody, but I might have to hire security, dude. Just hire Big Tony and Big Jason. Yeah. Listen, he's busy right now. You know what I mean? I just want to catapult, come down to the rafters, come down from the rafters, Sting into the classroom and just teach. But, that being said, dude, my kids' class, dude, I love kids' class. They're killing it. My kids' class is such a beast. The kids are murdering it. The adults, last night's class, Gabe is up, and man, last night's class was insane. There were so many people there. It was so much fun. I just having a good time teaching and everything. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we're just gonna keep slanging, keep moving forward. The summer's coming up, so. This is a good time if you thought oh man, I should get in shape. You should start working out now. Try to, lose a little weight before summer comes up. Hit up Paban Primal on Instagram or just, you could DM. This is a great question. You could DM me, hey, what's Brian's information? Perfect. I'll send you over to him. A lot of people are doing a great job getting information from the school. I always bag on people for that. They hit up hey man, how much does it cost and when can I start? I love that. Hey man, people can you explain to me 8 different, reasons why jiu-jitsu will benefit me? And listen, I'm 57 years old. I've never worked out. I have a wooden leg. My neck is really bad. I have a fused everything. And it's whoa, hold on a second. I don't want to turn you away, guy, but you're going to have to show me that you can do it. So like I said, take some action, man. Jump in there. You could work out with Bryant. And he's also working with athletes too. I mean, he's been getting me, as you guys can see from this thing, I'm jacked and tan. Well, I'm not really tan, but I'm jacked out of my gourd because I've been working out with Bryant. Actually, I'm lying. I took off 3 weeks because I was traveling and all types of stuff. But now I'm back on the grind and I'm back working out. So I might go home after this if they ever get my car done. And I might go and do another workout yet today because I got to get over there. And just it's so cool being in that back room. Nobody really comes back there, so it's it's kind of nice. Only the guys that are working out and stuff. And I'm usually there at off times, which is dope. So yeah, kickboxing's blowing up. Hopefully we get the ring and the bag rack coming in from China. So everything's just backed up. It took me 5 months to get a couch in. I was sitting on cinder blocks in my living room. I was pissed. Finally, the couch came in. So we got stuff coming. So those of you guys, keep your panties on. Don't get them in a twist. The bag racks will be here. And once they're here, you'll be like, when's the fucking, when's the disco ball coming in? When's the laser? It's dude, relax, man. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming in. And if you got a better idea, do it yourself and let me know how much it costs. I'll pay you if you can handle it. So if not, relax. It's on its way. Don't worry about it, people. We're going to have all types of cool stuff. Jiu-jitsu classes, murdering. MMA, like I said. We got a bunch of people training for fights. Hopefully Big Ryan's guy comes through. We got Brittany training for fights over here. Like I said, Zach running the shop. Ricky Nuno doing boxing privates. You know what I mean? Someone will do anything. What do you need done? Let us know. Fredo, we got plumbers, we got tax guys, we got everything. We got a little bit of everything. So hit us up if you need something. Finishers will deliver it. My son is going to be being born. A lot of people are asking me about what Grace is doing next. And I can't update you on that yet, although it will be big. It will be monstrous. It will be colossal. It will be universal, mind-blowing when you see what's going to happen next with Grace. So I can't talk about it yet, but just get hyped about it because Grace will be back, and when she is back, it's going to be in a big way. But for the meantime, we're going to have a little bit of time off. I'm having my wife's having a baby. Grace's sister's getting married. Like, we got a bunch of stuff coming up. So, and the summer's coming up. She's starting Lehigh and stuff. But like I said, the next thing, your mind may explode when you hear what's going on next. And no, she's not fighting MMA, so don't think about that. No, she's not, doing UFC or anything like that. So, but it is a great opportunity, and you guys will, I'm sure, find out about it soon. So just get hyped if you're on the Grace train, which you should already be. If you just got on because you're a bandwagon jumper, then that's fine too. We'll take your business because the Grace is gonna. If you don't like Grace, then I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you, man. I really don't. So. Also, too, hey, Mike, have you heard about this? They're selling this new fake weed it's not fake. It's actually low THC and it's high CBD, but they're allowed. It's called Delta 8.
Oh, I've had them and it fucked me up.
Really? What happened? Tell me about this. I knew someone tried
We
Delta
had
8.
Mind Leaf CBD on. You can check that episode out. She gets into the whole thing on how it works. She left me some samples, and it was what did you say? It was Delta 8?
Delta 8, yeah, I was looking at it.
Yeah, so they sell it at their store, and she was like, "Hey, it'll definitely make you flighty."
But so is it actually THC or what is it?
I believe I had the package here. I don't know where it is. Let me look it up because they sent me a thing, and I can at least read about it a little bit. So I took it thinking it was just going to kind of be a... Where's the message with them? Yeah, they must have deleted it. So I took it thinking it was just going to be regular CBD shit, and I was just kind of, it was going to, take a little bit of my pain away, and if anything, I would feel flighty, like she explained. I took a whole one, and I was fucking high.
Wait, it was a gummy or whatever?
Yeah, it's a gummy.
Oh, okay.
There's a... my buddy's going down because I gave him one and he's going down today, and I hit him up yesterday and I'm like, "Yo, you sell these in the store?" And she's like, "Yep, it's a bag for $20." I took it and was fucked up. Like I was definitely high, and I was like, "Fuck, man! Like I have stuff to do today." I don't know how it would affect you, and people who, my girlfriend, she smokes a lot, and she took one and still felt it. She said she felt super relaxed, but I definitely got high off of it.
Wow, that's weird.
But it like for someone like me who doesn't take a lot of edibles and just doesn't smoke all the time or anything like that, kind of a weekend warrior, I took one and was
safe though.
Yeah, I took it and I didn't get to the point where I was like sometimes I take edibles and I talk to God and I have to lay down and listen to waterfalls.
Religious experience.
With this one, I was like, or just more like, "Oh my God, please help me." The couch is eating me. With this one, it was like kind of like it puts you in a really solid place, and then I was able to drive my car. It wasn't anything wrong, but I definitely noticed like I was fucked up, but I was also super calm. So I don't know how that's legal. I didn't really get into it that much. I would have dug into the conversation more if I would have known that it actually gets you high. But she said they had somebody come in and sample it the one time, and then by the time the person left, they were, stoned because they don't fucking smoke. And she said the guy got all weird and
And you could
home.
buy that from the store. That's weird.
Easton.
Well, I mean, I'm sure they're gonna when
Mind
weed's
Leaf
legal,
CBD.
you just have to be 18. Right?
Yeah, I don't know if
Or 21.
I don't know if this is something that's like coming down the pipe, and then they're like, "Hey, you can't do this anymore."
I read about it. I did read it. I was just reading about it now, and it says that.
Let me look for the fucking pamphlet on it because she gave them to me.
It said that it just has low enough amount of THC because you're allowed to have hemp oil because of some law. It's just like how the homeless people are allowed to sleep on the streets. There's some camping rule where you're allowed to camp outside, so they just consider that camping. I'm like, huh? You know what I mean? Same with this. It's like, why buy? But to me, it's like, why buy it? Just buy weed. You know what I mean?
There it is.
So, it's kind of weird, but it's whatever.
Well, you can't buy edibles, correct, from the dispensary?
Not really. Not really. It's a weird situation with that.
All right,
Like, you can't buy regular edibles. It's like pills or like a tincture or whatever.
Yeah, because they have the tinctures, and the tinctures didn't do anything for me. So this is gummies, 200 milligrams. These little guys will be your new Candy Crush. Each fruity cube contains 20 milligrams of CBD that melts in your mouth. The bag comes with 2 of each of our 5 fruity flavors. All right, it says nothing on there for that.
5 fruity flavors?
Yeah.
Why is everything fruity flavor? See,
Fruity.
I will say this, like, I'm sure it's fine.
I wish I knew where the fucking bag
The thing is, with fruity flavors, it's not really real fruit, and a lot of times there's some kind of like red dye or something that they put in it to make it colored. You know,
she makes all of her own. Like they have like a kitchen and shit, and like
yeah.
It was a cool story
good.
because she started doing this because she used to make edibles for her friends, and then like it kind of grew into this thing where she got really good at doing it, and then was like, hey, if we switch over to CBDs, we could probably start a business doing this. She was really cool.
You got to know which ones you're getting. You really do. You gotta know. You gotta know.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't find anything else on it. Like I said, I don't remember the podcast. It was fucking 3 weeks ago. Check it out if you want more info on it, or just go down there. They're awesome. We're gonna work on some projects together, but they're a really cool local CBD company, and they're right in Easton. Just look up Mindleaf CBD or follow them on social media.
Oh yeah, I think I know where that is. That's dope, man. CBD. I'm getting an intravenous of CBD into my eye sockets, dude. That's how much I want CBD.
They got gummies, tinctures, spreadables, pretzels, salts, and dog treats.
Yeah, the dog. I give my dogs Ned. We at the school we sell Met Ned or Ned CBD, and we've been selling that for a while. And we give that to the dogs. The dogs love it. They love it. Love it, love it, love it. I just dropped the brackets for the finisher sub only 2. Finish not 2, but it's actually number 13, is it? Because 12, yeah, number 13. And we had 5 open events. So we're at 18. We've done 18 finishers events so far. Wow, that's pretty crazy. 18, bro. Finishers 13. What about who's going to be the finishers 18 champ? Woo! You saw that knife that Luke's making?
Dude,
that's sick,
he texted me about it and was like, dude, he's like, this looks like it's a fucking badass looking knife. It's one of the fucking meaner. He goes, this looks really fucking mean. And I was like, dude, that's a fucking gangster ass fucking knife.
That's good gangster, dude. It's freaking sick, man. That's crazy. So, dude, how about Quentin? He took a whole bunch of good pictures at the school again. Freaking love it, man. He just comes through and is just like, mad pics. Drop the brackets, dude. I
wish I had that fucking package still.
We'll find it. We'll find it somewhere. Well, I think I just might have got a phone call it said from Easton, so that's probably
CBD.
CBD? Yeah, they know.
Mindleaf.
What the fuck, dude? They're really good. No, I think it's probably the car place telling me my car exploded and I need a whole new one.
Did Luke send you a picture just now?
Yeah, let me look at it.
Dude, that fucking knife is gangster as fuck.
You can't. There's no way I could show it.
Let me see if it'll come up. Yeah, whatever.
And what's he doing it? He how did he get that on there?
He took the font that Sean used and put the
Yeah, he was like showing me fonts. He's like, which one looks good? I'm like, they all look good. He's like, pick one. I'm like, oh shit.
That's fucking awesome, man. The fact that you could get that.
Yeah.
That's so much better than whatever the fuck anyone else is giving out.
Yeah, I know. Nobody else is doing that, They gave away, Naga's been doing swords, but I'll be able to chop someone's freaking neck off with that shit, And then plus I think people are going to want to see, I think a lot of people are going to like that, That's weird. How is Jessica Khan back? I thought she was injured. you know? So, I don't know. She was injured, and then she just came right back into it. That's cool. Hey, sometimes it happens. Sometimes you're out one, and then you're gone the next. I don't know. But, yeah, man, I'm just freaking pumped up. Everything's looking good. And, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to say I don't know one more time, and I'm going to be pissed off. But I love you guys. Zach's Corner. Check us out on everything. YouTube, we're on Instagram, we're on freaking, we're on Pluto TV, we're on everything. So just appreciate all you guys. And like I said, be patient and be thankful. We out. Peace.